Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of our Dream Home Renovation series.
Click above or in the description below to watch episode 2. Here's a recap.
We've even geared up for it. As you can see, I couldn't save the tree.
This is the demolition crew. Time to knock some walls down.
I'm shocked actually.
Because this is our house, I think we need to do some demolition. So it's a bit concerning.
For, as we put it, the palatial wall.
Yeah, the palatial wall.
Things are slowly starting to take shape and our vision is coming to life.
Join us for some planning discussions in this episode, as well as some great renovation advice with top tips. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's give you a quick walkthrough of where we're at. We're still at the messy stage. We basically demolished everything and stripped it all. The walls are gone. We've done a double door opening leading to the entertainment room. We put the beam up where the load-bearing wall was. Floors are out, door frames are out. We've broken through here so we can sort out the built-in cupboards in these rooms. All stripped. Nothing left in the bathrooms. And yeah, we've opened up, so we've got the bathroom ensuite leading into that room. We're going to brick this up here. There was so much dust doing all this demolition. You can see the crack in detail. Yeah, we've got our work cut out for ourselves there. And heading into the main, we've knocked everything down as well. And the plan is to get extra bit of bathroom space. And you can see where we've drawn here, we get about 1 meter more bathroom space. So that's the update. This is an exciting moment, my love, because it's the first time we're seeing this space open like this, and this is the final layout. So it's basically the blank canvas upon which we're going to create our masterpiece here. How did you feel when you saw the space for the first time?
Well, it was amazing because once the walls were down, you could really visualize what to do in this area. And it started to feel a little bit more like our home, and also just started to think of design ideas and what we could do in each area. So yeah, it's really exciting now. So I noticed that now that the parquet is gone, this crack is quite severe and it goes all the way to the door and even extends there.
We're going to need to open up either side of the crack and go down and actually reinforce into the concrete just to be safe. And if we head outside, we've removed the tiles here and have a look at these cracks that are visible.
Yeah.
Have a look at this side.
Yeah, I did. I noticed that. So it's quite cool to see all the tiles gone. And I did hear that there's quite a lot of work with the, what's it?
The jackhammer.
The jackhammer.
The guys did an amazing job. A lot of hard work breaking through the thick concrete. But now it's your vision and your idea come to life.
We can have some tanning sessions here.
This will be the reading room. On this side, we plan to have a lovely bookshelf. And on this side of the room, we want to do a feature wall in a lovely shade of green. An olive green, very trendy color at the moment. And if you combine it with wooden floors and a leather couch up against the wall, it's a really great look. We can head to our nearest builder's store, look at some samples and get the paint. Dulux Luxurious Silk is a premium interior paint with a mid-sheen finish and great stain resistance. So you've seen the inspiration. These are the two color options. We want you guys to choose. And you can see how excited I am. I love my greens. So maybe you prefer this shade. So we'll have option 1, option 2, or my shirt. So you can see all the doors and windows are out. We're prepping for the new windows and doors that'll come in, and we've done some brickwork just to sort out the openings to get the spacings right. How does it feel looking at it in this state?
Sure, it's quite airy and it's really open, which allows us to visualize the space more. So yeah, it's exciting to see the progress.
Is that inspiration for the decor behind it?
The light fitting. Don't ask me why it's still up. I don't know why the pelmets are still there.
And then I see you've done your crack surgery from that crack that we were looking at.
Lots of crack surgery. This was the crack under the parquet. And we fixed all the floor cracks. And I think we'll give you a detailed look at how we went about fixing these cracks. This is the bedroom that had that terrible smell from the carpets. And it's where the serious crack formed on the walls, the floor, and up the walls the other side. And I know it looks quite intense what's going on here, but I'll explain. Now, this is where the building was extended on, and you can actually see the previous exterior wall, the brickwork here. But then the question is, why did the crack occur? So there's two possible reasons. There was a lot of excavating done when they built that section because they built the jacuzzi room below. So if the ground wasn't properly compacted, it could have shifted over time, causing the crack. Another reason, they didn't tie in the new concrete to the existing building with steel reinforcement, which could have then also caused this crack. So to repair this crack and all the floor cracks in the house, we're using the crack stitching method.
So we now excavated or demolished the existing floor where the crack was, opened it up, cleaned them out, and got it down to the original ground, compacted. And then the second step was to get our rebars in and attached into the old floor to the new floor. And then in this particular instance, we did a cage with the rebars, forming a beam across, giving you added strength on both the floors and the existing and the new building. And the third step was to actually cast concrete and level it off to your finish.
So we're standing in the gym room, and as you can see behind us, we're sorting out the cracks. So initially in this room there were cracks, these cracks that formed, and these cracks will also form because of the extension, as we saw above in the room. And we think that the ground wasn't properly compacted, and then when it settled, there was pressure causing these cracks.
Take into account that this is a load bearing as well as a retaining wall, because this is like a basement. So what we've done now to rectify and remedy this, besides the stitching of the original cracks that have formed, we now put in a steel mesh, which is a reference 193, and we're going to shutter it and put in what is called a skin wall with concrete, which is about 120 mm thick. This would now take away the pressure from the initial wall and form a new solid wall, and now it'll be properly secured.
Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any episodes in this series. Bit of it in progress.
Okay, Brian, Steve says he doesn't like it at all.
The gates are in. We've gone for square tubing running horizontally with sheets in between. This side runs basically flush. That side, you see the square tubing protruding. But it's a modern look. What do you think?
Yeah, I love it. It's nice and sleek, and this is a primer coat, so it's not going to be this red color. And we actually drove around just looking at all kinds of gates to kind of get some inspiration, and we didn't really find exactly what we wanted, so we designed this guy.
We designed it ourselves. The gates out there are not great, but you never know when you're designing something how it's going to turn out. Perfect.
Perfect.
The retainer wall is up, and it's pretty cool because we get to see how much patio space we're going to have right up to this wall along the length.
Yeah, and that actually makes me quite happy because when that lawn space was in there, I was a bit concerned that we wouldn't have enough paved space for our functions and those things. So yeah, now that you can actually see the dimensions, it's going to be a really nice patio space.
It's huge. So let's head down, have a look at the wall from there and the steps, and see the progress.
So I think Steve's a bit frustrated with the build work still taking quite a bit of time.
Yes, that is true, but when I saw what actually goes into building a retainer wall like this, it's not a lot of time in the scheme of things, and obviously we're doing it properly. And once again, all Maria's idea to get rid of the slope, to have a drop here with the balustrade, to have a lawn at the top. So well done.
Oh, let's hope it works.
It's perfect. So this patio wall build involved a lot of work, and it started with excavation of the slope that we had here, which was quite a bit of manpower.
Yeah, so basically we had to excavate the entire length of this wall and to get enough space for our patio.
And then after that, it was obviously laying the groundwork for the foundation of the wall.
So with the foundation, seeing that it's a retaining wall, we went 800 wide by 400 deep and layered a foundation with a steel reinforcing cage to further strengthen the foundation.
Then after that was the brickwork, and it is a double brick wall, but because it is a retaining wall, it has some more strength features to it.
Yeah. So with the strength features, we used brick force on every alternative course, and further to that, at 2 meter centers of your wall, we put in a concrete column which was reinforced all the way to the top of the wall.
And all that steel has quite a strengthening effect on the wall.
That's it.
And then obviously something with a retaining wall like this is you got to think of drainage, because there's a lot of mass up against the wall and a lot of soil that side. So we have come up with a drainage system idea for this wall as well.
Yeah. So that drainage system is basically a French drain, and basically it's a slotted agricultural pipe behind your wall, encased in 19mm stone and further encased with a bidim membrane to prevent fines from getting into the actual drainage system. This will allow whatever water collects and soaks into your lawn area to actually find its way and prevent pressure build-up against the wall and find its way and drain out in that system. Further to that, allowing you to prevent dampness from coming through.
Because the last thing you want is damp showing up, in a few years. So that's why we're incorporating these things now, so we don't have those problems. Then also the steps, as you can see behind me, they're up against the wall running at that angle, but they also have a strengthening effect on the wall, and they're also tied in with steel to the wall.
Exactly. So the steps is 1.5 meters wide. That alone acts as a column in the center of your massive wall, also preventing it and giving it further strength as a retainer.
So it's a strong wall, basically.
Absolutely.
It'll do the job and then some. The frustrating thing with this house is the opening sizes are not consistent. There's no real symmetry. So for these two main openings, we had to make the one on the left a bit smaller to match the other side, and obviously to make them symmetrical with the A-frame. And then if you look at the reading room there, we had to drop that height so that it matches the other two rooms. So a bit of work to get that stuff right. Once again, there's only so much you can do.
We even went as far as to going to the store and getting in a few baths just to feel out the space and the dimensions of what we actually want in the house.
And the thing is, we're not at the stage of choosing baths, but it gives you an example of how everything is linked in a renovation. So in this case, the only thing still moving is the window, and we want the window to be symmetrical with the bath and lined up with the bath and basically the same size. So we need to choose the bath now before we reposition the window. So it gives you an idea of how things really link. In the first bathroom, we've done a render of the proposed layout in order to make it a full bathroom. And the best way to do this is to have the bath by the window there, then the vanity to the left, and then the toilet. And we'll keep this recess for the shower. So now it's a full bathroom. This bathroom is officially the guest ensuite, and we've bricked up where the door was. And the best layout for this bathroom is to have the shower in this corner and the vanity to that side and the toilet there, so that you've got enough space in the middle so it doesn't feel cramped. In terms of plumbing, there's not much to say other than everything is new. End of story. We've got the new sewage line in. The old one was that clay type, which is strong but can be prone to roots getting in. So we decided we're not taking any chances. Out with the old, in with the new. So this is why we're changing the old pipes. They're completely rusted and rotten. So we're running a new water supply line. We're also drilling for a borehole. So yeah, we are going big. And the plan is for the borehole to feed the entire house, inside and out.
There was a complication. The drill got stuck on the casing when bringing the rods out, so they had to reseat the casing, but it was a major success. We hit water at about 40 meters and we drilled to 60 meters. There's a strong constant yield and we're waiting on the water quality test.
So the main breakers are down here and everything's down on the board here, and yet we still have power somehow.
We've discovered something strange, very weird with the electricity. We seem to be getting shocked by just touching a wall, and then we turn the main breakers down and we still get shocked. So the house does have steel conduits, so I don't know if there's some conducting going on or some earth leakage issue. So when the electricians come in, they'll have a look. But at least we are rewiring everything in this house, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be interesting.
The guys are back. Sebastian and Tato from Moremi Kitchens. And that's my wife Maria. And we are ready to discuss the planning for our dream kitchen. The island will be that centerpiece here. And that's why the idea here is to have a feature shelf.
So the idea that we had here was to have basically 2 glass units, and inside we can fit and groove into the panel an LED strip for you.
With regards to the back matching what's up front as well, we need something that looks incredible, that being the centerpiece of the kitchen, which is the island. The island then would have seating for everybody and their friend, essentially, because it's a massive, massive island. It's about 3 meters wide.
And then to go with the flow, was thinking of having the fridge over here linked with the coffee and tea station, because we love our coffee.
And the flow in the kitchen is really important, and that's why we've taken a bit of time.
And I think this layout is perfect for that. So let's talk colors.
Wood grain look, white, and a black dark grey. And I think they complement so well.
These are also the colors that I think would be incredible to have in my house, honestly.
And
I sneakily wanted this, but I wasn't allowed.
one rule, no glossy colors. Please.
Okay, so this goes.
Oh, that's glossy.
It goes immediately.
Only matte.
So with this space over here, what we thought of was basically if you can have a double-sided walk-in closet, to save up on space as well, you would have an open concept.
As long as she doesn't get both sides and I'm just left with a small section there.
Section of his side I'll take.
All right, we'll, when it comes to dividing it, we'll see how that goes. Well, sharing is caring when it comes to space. You're gonna have a glass unit over here that will display your formal wear, and the unit will be built in color. Now in the middle, that's where we like to have a bit more integrated packing. So you could have drawers for your socks, that has enough space for your belts.
Yeah, so it's like the accessory.
It's like the accessory space, yeah.
So as you know, we are continuing the entertainment with a bar room because we can.
Why not? I think this is going to be Steven's favorite room.
Definitely. Here we envision a peninsula joining that side. And then for a bar, it's important to have space for a fridge. It'll also act as a bit of a backup fridge.
And along the sides, we would have something maybe for your wine, depending on what kind of taste you have.
All external walls have cavities in them, which has some benefits. Any damp on the outside won't cross the cavity and show up on the inside wall. And this is the reason the house has no signs of rising damp. These cavities are also a sound insulator. Now the crack on the bedroom floor that we repaired also showed up on the walls, this side being quite bad. When the addition was done many years back, they didn't tie the walls together across the cavity. So we fixed this by making a T-shaped cage with steel mesh tying in the 3 walls at the T-joint, stitched further with rebars and then filled with concrete into the cavity. The house had 2 major cracks, but after the demolition there's bound to be more cracks that form. So our rule is, if we see a crack, we open it up. So it's not as bad as it looks, it's more investigation. If it's a crack in the plaster, it's just a surface crack. But if we see that the bricks are cracked, it's a structural crack and we stitch it.
The safe will stay because it's too heavy to move, so that's the only reason. It's about 100 kilos, this thing. You can't get it.
It's not gonna fall, hey? I'm gonna run up it.
Okay, go. You got it.
Thanks for watching and coming along on this journey with us. We hope you guys have been enjoying it as much as we have.
And it's truly surreal that we get to do this and that we get to showcase this on film. So episode 4 is coming very soon. Watch this space and stay tuned.
Adios.
'Cause I'll be spending all the seasons loving you.